Hi, good evening. I think I'm on live. It says that I'm on live. And welcome once again to the Medium channel. It seems like we've been doing this a lot lately, doing a lot of live streams. So tonight's all about the full moon. So we're going to talk about the five key points of this full moon, things that we need to know. I've got my lights are blinking. That's not good. Or maybe it's spirit. Then I have some recommended spiritual practices for this lunar period, this lunar cycle, and I have some divination cards. So we'll avail those to spirit to give us additional messages. So we're going to start in just a minute. As always, I'd like to give a minute or two for the live people to get their notifications, and then we'll get right on going. So I'll say a few quick hellos. I'll put the old glasses on. Hi, Linda and Angela and Yvonne and New York Gardner and Suzette and Pug Life. Welcome. Chris and the botanist and Children's School of Yoga. Welcome, 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 Brooke. And Sirius, welcome. And Roseanne, good evening to you too. And Rose and Roseanne and Susan. So people are starting to come on. They're starting to find us. So that's good. So how are we all doing? How we all been sleeping lately? I have a bunch of notes here that I'm going to work from as always. So I'll be looking down a lot. So warning. And I didn't mention anywhere in my notes about the Green Comet that's been around lately. I don't know if it's going to be visible tonight. You would have to get up very early because probably the night. God, excuse me. I think I need some water. um, because of the moonlight, and each night the moon sets later and later. So last night you would have had to been up at like 4 a.m. to have no moonlight. But anyways, if you guys saw it, great. But it's an energetic, it's green, so it's a lot of Venus energy. So it's a lot of like heart-centered, Venusian kind of a vibe, and a healing kind of a vibe. So it's interesting that this is happening on top of everything else. So on that note, let's get started. Hi, Carissa. Glad you can make it. And Mafe Martinez, welcome. Welcome. And anybody that I missed, you're welcome too, even if I didn't call you out by name. So, gosh. Hopefully, I'll be able to talk tonight. Okay. We'll do our best. Full moon is Sunday, right? February the 5th. So we're already in that full moon period. And it's happening here on the East Coast at 1:29 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's at 16 degrees Leo. So this is the fourth or fifth straight full moon at 16 degrees of its sign. 16, just as a little reminder, is in Chaldean numerology, the symbol is the shattered citadel, and in the tarot, it is the lightning struck tower, or the tower card. So, with all the 16-degree energy, it's seeking to level the unsustainable, to rebuild on stronger foundation. I will turn the sound off. All right, so let's see what else is happening. What other goodies do I have here? Well, as the moon gets full on Sunday, the 5th, Saturn also goes into Pisces for about 2.5 years. So this is happening almost like an hour of somebody saying so freezing. Yeah, it's been freezing, especially because my power went out at 4 a.m. and it didn't come on until 10 a.m. while the wind chill was negative 25. And in this place, I don't have a wood stove, so I feel a little bit more vulnerable. But anyway, we worked it out. Everything was good. Didn't sleep a lot, but hey, I'm alive. I'm well. I'm happy. I'm free. I'm whole. So all is good. So Saturn going into Pisces. So Saturn's very grounding energy. It's about learning lessons, discipline, and all that stuff. So if Saturn being in Aquarius is kind of stirring the pot a little bit, because in Aquarius, I'm sorry, Uranus rules Aquarius, kind of stirs the pot a little bit. It kind of just sort of, just gets things moving, rolling, and changing. And But it comes into Pisces, because Pisces is a very emotional sign. It's about the subconscious. It's very grounding on an emotional level, and it helps us to have discipline in terms of working through different emotional stuff and subconscious issues and stuff like that. So it helps ground our sensitivity for the empath. So that's a good thing. And spirituality and aids in bringing anything suppressed that is negative to the surface. So this would be like suppressed traumas that could be individually or as well on a global level. So it helps to bring that up to the surface and everything. Now the Sun and Uranus will still be squaring. I think that peaked today, actually. So when the Sun and Uranus square, there tend to be a big questioning of authority and stuff like that. So there tend to be clashes with that. Social values come to play, come more to the forefront, and there tend to be a lot of instability. Uranus is a very kind of dynamic energy, and squares create tension. And of course, the Sun is basically ourselves, our egos, our heart, and everything like that. So so it can create tensions both individually as well, excuse me, as well as globally, but it comes as a catalyst for change. And the way to master this transit and everything that's going on now is really learning how to think outside of the box. So what are you guys saying? That we need hot cider spike? Yeah, I probably wouldn't be much use if being that I haven't had a drink in at least 15 years. I probably wouldn't be a lot of good. So Colleen's saying my ruler, house and yelling, the dog ran with me barking. Yeah, okay. So it's freezing up here too. The last check it was 1 above, and then the forecast low is 8 below where I am. And the higher elevations that'll be more like 10 to 15 below. So are we ready for the five things? Number 1, drum roll. Shine like the sun. Leo is the sun, right? That's the sun is the ruler of Leo, or maybe the influencer is a better word. Don't play small. That's the objective. This is our time in the sun for those of us that are ready. I mean, this is a universal, like a global phenomena that's happening. So it's reminding us not to play small. It's easier to sink into the shadows because then we're not subject to scrutiny. We're not subject to negative vibrations or judgments or stuff like that. And then we have less responsibility. Now, with Saturn in play, because Saturn is transiting from one sign to another, so Saturn's very active. This is all about our discipline and our ability to overcome the discomfort and to accept that. So let me see, what else did I wrote? Don't play small. You can and you can get more notice. Whether you want to be a big star, like a big YouTube star or whatever, or want to get better known in your work, your job, or your business. This Leo energy, this Leo full moon, it's also called the snow moon, by the way. This Leo full moon is going to help that. Now, add to that the new moon. Remember that 2 weeks ago we did a live stream here? You guys forgot already? Wait a second. Just teasing. Remember, the new moon was at 1 degree, and the new moon sets the template for the entire lunar cycle. Now, what I'm saying tonight about the full moon is going to carry through the next couple of weeks until we reach the next lunar cycle. So this information is going to be valid throughout within 72 hours of the full moon, which is now right through the end of this current lunar cycle. So it started at 1 degree. Number 1 is also the sun, and this is the Leo full moon. So the sun is super, super active. Check your charts and check your solar aspects, because all your sun aspects in your astrological chart are going to carry extra weight, basically. And also the sun transits that affect everybody carries extra weight. So that's number 1. Okay, I think we covered number 1. Number 2, manifestation. All full moons are good for manifestation work. Again, 72 hours before or after that window, do your manifestation work, whether it's law of attraction, prayers, however you do this. And And in this case, because it's fire energy, work with candles. Leo's a fire sign, it's the sun. So working with candles can be especially important during this time. Let me see, what else do we write down? Work with candles. Your intentions will be very strong and supercharged with clarity and openness. So utilize these magnificent full moon energies, because as the moon is full, the intuitive energies of the moon, the powers of the moon strengthen and help to activate the subconscious, our subconscious mind. And because Leo rules the heart, it helps to activate the heart. So if you bring the heart and the brain into coherence, what happens? I'll let the regulars fill in the blanks, but long story short is that when the heart and the brain connect and they join, then we become more coherent with spirit, and then we're more powerful that way. So anything else that I wrote down? I think that's it. So this isn't going to be long tonight for a change. So hopefully you didn't bring your sleeping bag, anticipating another medium channel long live stream. We're going to be quick, short and sweet like me. So number 3 is about overcoming the ego. So Leo also is intrinsically connected with our ego, with our personal mind. The ego's not a bad thing. We don't want to demonize the ego, but rather we want to balance and integrate it. So that's how you overcome the ego. It's not like by shunning it or being like, bad ego, I'm too spiritual for you, get away, you're gone. Because all that happens is you suppress it deeper into your subconscious. Our egos are very skilled at being able to penetrate the subconscious and act not exactly on our behalf from the subconscious part of the brain. Excuse me again. I just finished up 3.5 hours of reading, so my voice is a little off. So Leo is the sun. Also, the strength card in the tarot rules the sign Leo. And the strength card, I should have had that out, but it's basically the person with the infinity sign over the head taming the lion. So the lion can be like our lower natures, our egoic selves, that part of ourselves that's that's our shadow. So Leo is the sun card. So it naturally helps us to overcome things, overcome things that we need to overcome, bad habits, bad patterns, all that kind of stuff. So this is all part of it. Certainly overcoming limitation. This is the best full moon for overcoming limitation because of the Leo, because of the sun, and also that 1 degree energy from the new moon comes in. Great for shadow work. We just did a video. I'll link that on the pinned comments. That came out yesterday, actually, about working with spirit in your shadow work, shadow integration work. Again, we're not saying it's bad or sending it away. We're integrating the shadows because they become our best teachers at the end of the day. So what did we write down here? Saturn in Pisces. Oh, okay. I'm glad I read this. Assisting in exposing and overcoming. Now, Pisces is the subconscious. Saturn is about lessons, learning, discipline, karma. So Saturn goes into Pisces right on this full moon. It's going to enhance the ability to penetrate the subconscious and to have the discipline and the strength to overcome, which is needed in doing your shadow work integration. You remember the shadows are basically those parts of ourselves that are hidden from you, that are based on like either negative programming or suppressed traumas, and they have a negative impact until we become aware of them. Then we can integrate the shadows. Great moon for that. Do this. Overcome the ego. Do your shadow work. Let me see. Anything else? Leo helps provide discipline to not give up. So Leo energy never gives up. It's very persistent. The sun doesn't stop shining, right? So Leos are not going to stop until the job is done, or Leo energy. So anything else? I feel like there's something else, but maybe Spirit will fill me in with that. Number 4, prepare for action. All planets are direct. Leo is the sun. It's fire. It's action oriented. This is a time to act. We've had plenty of time with the retrograde seasons, with all that's been happening in the autumn. And in fact, a lot of 2022 to really plan, to really know ourselves, to really have a have a plan of action and have our goals and desires well thought out. So now's the time to do your strategy, be strategic and act to attract, right? Put the word action back in the word attraction, right? It's a clever play on words, although it's not exactly original, but oh well. So all planets are direct. Fire energy is about action. And the number 5 is, thing about this full moon to know is the heart of spirituality, because Leo rules the heart. And this can assist in your breakthroughs and strengthens your heart-brain coherence work, or any work that you do to open and expand the frequencies of the heart. And that's a really important part of spirituality. Remember, the heart is the central chakra. So we have our physical chakras below, our spiritual chakras above. So the heart marries the spiritual and the physical. So it's the root chakra of our higher selves, basically, is what the heart chakra is. So once we open and expand the heart, then we can start to open the higher chakras also. It almost happens automatically when you do your heart-brain coherence work. So anything else that we wrote about that, can assist breakthroughs. So that's the main thing, is really working with the heart center. You're breathing, expanding, heart breaths. We teach and do heart-brain coherence here, but there's many ways of doing that. In fact, one of the exercises is a slightly different way that I touched on the last live stream. Speaking of which, let's do that. So I have 5 different exercises, and this exercise is called Sitting in the Power. It's a mediumship meditation brought to us by Tony Stockwell, who is an internationally known, world-renowned mediumship teacher, and of course an excellent medium as well. And what are you guys writing here? I'm missing you guys. Heart, brain equals bliss. Okay, thank you. I like that. Rate, pitch, sustained ear. All right. Anyway, I just figured I'd flash that. So the way that we do this, and it can be a way of doing it, something very similar to heart-brain coherence. There's plenty of yoga techniques. There's a lot of techniques to work with the frequencies of the heart. Our heart is basically, 60 times stronger than the brain, at least according to research that's available. But the long and the short of it is that our hearts hold the highest degree of intelligence, because it's the intelligence of compassion, of love, of gratitude, of our feelings and emotions and our intuitions. So when the heart expands, because it's more powerful than the brain, and the brain and the heart are really 2 parts of the same whole, as it were, then as the brain locks in, then the brain gets more powerful. And what happens is we start to use more of our brains. We start to awaken dormant DNA. We start to expand those frequencies and everything. So the way it works is you always approach it with reverence, like you're stepping into nature, or if you go to church, you're stepping into your church. So the power is just spirit or God, the power, the flow, the force, whatever you want to call it. So when you do this, you start with opening the light of the heart. So when you meditate, you open your heart center. You start to feel, you start to see the light expanding, breathing, getting always present. So whenever you start this, you always get present and feel gratitude just for the present moment. That helps to open the heart center also, and helps to bring the heart into coherence. And then after you do this for a while, start to become aware of an even greater light around you. Now, the light of the heart can be gold or white in this meditation, or if you want to choose another color. And then as that's happening, you start to become aware that your heart expands, the light from all around you of spirit starts to close in on you. And then the light of your heart and the light of spirit blend and become one. And just sit with that energy for anywhere from 3 to 11 minutes. So you can try that. You can either add on to that or substitute that for heart-brain coherence or other exercises. You can get that as a guided meditation of keyword Tony Stockwell, Sitting in the Power on YouTube, and you can get right to the meditation. So another one, this is a Kundalini yoga chant that's only to be done on the full moon. And the chant is sa de sa 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 de sa 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 de sa 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 ram hada day hada 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 day hada hada day hada ram. And you can find that on YouTube also. But, and I'm going to need either step back or kneel or something to show you. But what I'm doing with my hands is I'm going sa de sa 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 de sa sa. I'm bringing my hands up and I'm opening them. So I'm starting at my stomach. I'm sorry. Sa de sa sa. Then when I reach the heart chakra, I start to open it. Sa de sa 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 de sa 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 de sa 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 rang, until it's right over my third eye and crown. And then when I start hada day, hada hada, I bring my hands down. Hada day, hada hada, hada day, hada hada, hada day, hada hada, hada rang. And then repeat that for 11 minutes. And you can find that on YouTube, because I know you're not going to remember that whole chant from this live stream. So sa de sa 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 de sa 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 de sa 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 rang. Hada day, hada hada, hada day, hada hada, hada day, hada hada, hada hang. And in Kundalini yoga traditions, that's to be done only on the day of the full moon. Frankly, if you do the day before and or the day after, I won't tell anybody, so you're good. Now, the last part of that is you visualize what your dream is as if it's already happening. And then you're doing your sade sasa, you're kind of offering that dream to spirit. Sade sasa, sade, sade sasa, sade sasa, sade sasa, sarang. And then if you start the next one, hada day, hada hada, hada day, hada hada, hada day, hada hada, hada long, you're visualizing, imagining, and feeling it manifesting in your world. So you're offering your dreams to spirit, and then you're visualizing it manifesting into the world. So that's that. So that's number 2. Number 3, physical exercise. Leo full moon fire. Develop your stamina, develop your strength, develop your endurance. We need to keep our body strong and healthy. And in this moon, like in different full moons, maybe like diets would be more appropriate. I mean, it's all appropriate all the time, just where you're placing the focus and the emphasis on, basically. So use Leo energy for discipline to overcome inertia. Yeah, because it's not always easy to start an exercise routine. So you can use that discipline of the sign Leo to overcome anything in your own mind that's trying to block you. So you maybe start doing some walking or jogging or hiking or exercise. Like I do my workouts, I dance for a half hour. I do my martial arts too, so I'm dancing and I'm doing martial arts. Actually martial arts. A lot of dances around the world were martial arts move, but because of the oppression of other societies that conquered, like the Philippines is a good example, that they outlawed the martial arts, so they taught the women the movements, and they kept the art alive in the Philippines for like how many years, like 80 years, or I think longer even. Just through the dances, which the soldiers loved the dances, so they weren't very clever. But anyway, that's it. Number 4, break a habit or pattern. You've got this powerful Leo discipline. You've got Saturn changing signs, which is discipline. So you have all this beautiful cosmic energy there to help you to break any bad pattern or any habit that's not serving you. So pick one. It doesn't have to be like stopping smoking or stopping drinking, though. It could be, and that would be a good idea. But it may be like mental patterns, emotional patterns, little idiosyncrasies. Like I have a couple myself that I'm going to really work on, and stuff like that. So beautiful time to break any bad habits or any bad patterns. And 5th, but certainly not least, last but certainly not least, is meditate and start to feel outside your body. Like one time I was meditating in the woods. This was, oh my God, long time ago. I mean, I was in my 20s then, and I had already had my first awakening. And And then it was raining, and I could literally feel the rain hitting like the ground, like as if it was hitting my own body. And later I realized, I think I was on some mind-altering substance. I might as well add that to when it was happening, but it was still a real experience no matter what. Like I was still feeling it, and basically the idea is start to just get in the habit of feeling like there's a chair to my right. So if I do this, it's like with my body, as if I was touching this with my body. I'm actually feeling physically the chair, feeling physically objects. And you can do this because you have an energetic nervous system, a meridian system that extends out into infinity, basically out into your body. Like you can feel energetically with your aura, but in this meditation, you set the intention to actually feel it physically. And even if in the meditation, if you're making it up, make yourself feel things physically. And you can also feel it energetically too. So the idea is to get in the habit of meditating and feeling the part of your energy body that extends beyond your physical body by feeling objects and stuff like that. So that's number 5. And let's do a couple of divination cards. Of course, I have my sacred geometry deck. Yeah, definitely, Carissa, do that. Yes. So yeah, absolutely. All right. So I'm going to ask Spirit, if there's anything, whatever I missed or whatever they want to add to, whatever they want to emphasize, and then we can pick up on that through these divination cards. These are the sacred geometry cards. Okay. Magic. Well, I like that. So we're talking about manifestation. Oh, come on, autofocus, do your thing. Don't let me down, autofocus. All right. All right, so here's the fuzzy version of this card anyway. As I pull it back, you get a little bit more clarity. And anyhow, so that's that. And magic. So what it says here is the frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand beyond this moment, to move forward, to move towards possibilities and expressions that are as grand and profound as we can imagine. All that is required is our belief in their manifestation. So that's an important aspect of manifestation. That's an important message. And Neville Goddard touched on this a lot in his law of assumption. And if you can really believe with every fiber of your being something's going to happen in your life, and then imagine and be grateful that it already has, it's going to manifest. It's just the way the energy works, just the way the universe works. I know people, especially people that aren't in this community, if they're watching this video and haven't had success, may question that. But that would only be because you haven't cleared the subconscious programs. If the subconscious programs are too active, you can manifest so you're blue in the face. So you really need to do that shadow work. You really need to do that clear. You need to empty that cup to refill it with the energy of your dreams. And once you're ready to do that, this will support it. So belief, is that magic. Belief is important also, but the magic. And that was one of the 5 things, manifestation. We have the ability to manifest. We are all alchemists. We can all do this, but we have to develop our energy. We have to, develop our frequencies. We have to clear the old programming, and then it starts to become more of a reality. And I also have angel message cards too. So I'm going to do another. Oh, that's funny. I'll definitely post this comment too. Yeah, we are in a way, right? All right. So what's our angel message? What else do we have to tell our beautiful community this evening, Spirit? Okay, dry, cold hands. Okay, hard to grab things. What did we get? Athena. We've gotten her. Did we get her on Sunday? Wait a second. We got her on Sunday too. Um, it is safe for you to be powerful. And we touched on that also. So this is just reiterating, you know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. So that's what the card looks like. Sometimes you can get the messages more in the image than the words, I want to say. Yes, exactly, Chris. Exactly. Exactly. Right. Um, and I always use this example that in studies of near-death experiences, they found Jewish people had a greater propensity to go to a blue light rather than a white light, because that's part of the mysticism behind Judaism. Um, so that's the power of belief. Even in a near-death experience, that belief is so powerful that to them it's blue, where Christians are much more apt to see a white light, for example. It's the same light, it's the same spirit, it's just the belief system is different. And what we believe is an energy and a vibration, and our reality starts to conform to that to greater or lesser degree. So yes, 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 yes. That's what I have for you today. So we were a half hour, not bad. And on Sunday at 7, well, 11 a.m. is tarot time. Sunday at 7, we're going to do our full moon transmission. That's going to be Archangel Michael, Archangel of Fire. So, and that may change, or as the master teachers work, other angels may come in. We're really going to do that. They're saying they're talking to me now, saying we're going to actually help to boost our immune system also and our immunity. So we're going to use this energy to really help with that, as well as, again, to enhance our belief, to enhance our power and our energy, to create really beautiful things in our lives, because we're going to need that extra sense of feeling powerful, feeling connected to spirit and source to continue our awakening, and to because we're moving into the next phase. There's going to be a lot of opposition, but there's going to be a lot of support because more people are awakening. So we need to be in our power, we need to be in our strength. Use this Leo moon for that. Yeah, so that's what I have for you. And thank you very much, and we'll see you at the next video. Good night.